Hi, and welcome to JourneyTV. I'm excited to introduce my guest to you today, Dekel Quant.
Hi.
Also known as Bowflex Barbie. Welcome, Dekel.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you.
It's great to be here.
So you actually released a blog on Footprints last month called Pain, Passion, and Purpose.
Yes.
Yes. So I want to talk about that blog.
Okay.
Because of course you wrote it, but it's good for people to actually hear directly from you, you know, about that experience. But before we get into that, tell us about Bowflex Barbie.
So Bowflex Barbie is me. That developed into a team of trainers that work along with me. But the brand began in 2012. When I was in college, I started training other people. I had been into fitness personally at that point for about 5-6 years, and so it just kind of evolved into me helping other people. And then the brand Bowflex Barbie Fitness is just about me helping other people through different channels, so in person, online, through challenges and that sort of stuff.
How does Bowflex Barbie differ from Dekel Quant?
I like to think that Bowflex Barbie is a lot more outgoing, a lot more social than Dekel Quant. Bowflex Barbie is pretty much my fitness persona. I share my journey, I share my client's journey more, and Dekel Quant is really just, I love being at home. I love resting, relaxing, watching movies, that type of stuff. So Bowflex Barbie is definitely more out there, more of the face of fitness, and Dekel Quant is more the wife, the laid back.
So tell us what pain, passion, and purpose means to you. What are those words? Like, what does that evoke for you?
So for me, pain, passion, and purpose are all kind of intertwined. I think that the most painful moment and time in my life really led me to my passion, which kind of showed me exactly what my purpose here is.
Awesome, awesome. What is the pain that you just referred to and that you wrote about?
So the pain for me would be losing my mom when I was 14. She passed away after a 10-year battle with breast cancer, and so just kind of going through the last few months and weeks with her up to her passing, and then even, you know, as a 14-year-old girl, when I kind of needed her the most, having her, you know, pass away, that was the most painful and hard thing to go through.
Yeah, and it was just so beautiful the way that your story unfolded, because I can't even imagine at 14, you know, having to go through that. But what you have brought out of that is just incredible. So
thank you.
Tell us exactly, how did that pain connect you to your passion or push you into your passion?
So the pain connected me to my passion so my brother actually, when he came home I want to say the same year she passed, he came home that summer, and he invited my dad to tag along to the gym with him. At that point, he'd been kind of into fitness and sports in college, so he invited my dad to tag along, and my dad in turn invited me to tag along. And since that day that we started in the summer of 2008, since that day we started, I never stopped. Like, I got hooked, I loved it. I just loved getting stronger, I loved pushing myself, I loved seeing, you know, my body change. It wasn't really about aesthetics initially. I just really loved the way that training made me feel. It helped me get through that rough, emotional time in my life. So that's how the pain connected me to my passion. I realized I really enjoyed it. It was something that I absolutely loved, and in turn, like, after years and years of doing it, I found a lot of people started asking me, you know, I need you to help me, like, will you help me? People that I played sports with, and just people that knew me or saw me sharing my journey on social media, they would, you know, ask me to help them. And at first I was kind of like, okay, like, this will be fun. And then I realized, you know, like, this is something that I could turn into, you know, my career. And it's something that I honestly feel like no matter how long my days are or how hard they are, that I don't feel like I'm working. And I was like, that's how I knew that, you know, this is what I was supposed to be doing.
Awesome. The connection with your father and brother, you mentioned how, you know, your brother asked your father to go and then your father grabbed you. How did that, you guys working out together, how did that help you through that experience?
It definitely helped. I didn't go, and I think a lot of times now people are intimidated by fitness settings, gym settings when they're going on their own. So I think that that's really what kind of helped me to have a solid foundation as well. I had these two guys, my family, that knew their way around the gym, and they kind of walked me through, you know, how to get started. And like I said, it became kind of like a family thing. At that point, we were all kind of working together in my dad's business, so literally we'd be together almost all day. My brother went back to school, and so it was just me and my dad going. And for us, I think that was our way to just connect on a different level.
Yeah.
We were both going through this rough time. You know, he lost his wife, I lost my mom. So it was kind of a way for us, without even really speaking, to kind of share in something that was helping us to get through that rough time.
Wow, without even speaking, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That you just sometimes silence speaks volumes.
We're both very naturally kind of like introverted and quiet and reserved, and so I found even sometimes the conversations would be about fitness and the gym, and I think it was something that we both kind of looked forward to and kind of needed.
That's awesome.
In that time, yeah.
That's awesome. That support is great.
Yeah.
And I can tell that it continues even now.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you a daddy's girl?
I am.
You're a daddy's girl. Wow, awesome. I love it. So, what was it like at 14 to actually go through that experience? Because at that age, that's actually when you need, you need that maternal support.
I mean, it was really rough. I think, one, because I'd been kind of around her so much. She was a teacher at my school since I was in the first grade.
Wow.
She went over to the high school a couple years before I got into high school. So even at that age, I'd been I could walk down the hall and see her every day. So I spent a lot of time with her. So of course, like having that routine in place and just being so used to having her always so close it was a big and hard transition to not have her there. But I did, my dad did an awesome job, as much as I know I stressed him out. He was very patient with me, and of course I had some great godparents as well that kind of gave me that maternal figure in my life. But it did kind of force me to just be strong and to grow, I would say grow up a little bit quicker. A lot of things I kind of had to figure out on my own, because my dad couldn't help me with every single thing, and his point of view on some things, of course, we would clash a few times, but I think it just forced me to have to grow up a little bit faster and really appreciate the people that kind of stuck with me through all of that.
This segment is brought to you by Elite Wellness Solutions.
Since 2013, Elite Wellness Solutions has been working with companies to reduce healthcare costs, increase productivity, and boost staff morale and energy. Our employee wellness programs guide employees towards healthier, happier, and more productive lives at home, at work, and in their communities. Contact us today so that we can schedule your free consultation with one of our corporate wellness specialists, and we can start building a culture of wellness within your organization.
What would you tell other young girls who might be enduring the loss of a parent around that same
around the same age?
Yeah.
I would say, a lot of people in that time, of course, they're trying to give you their regards and comfort you through it. And people say, that with time that you heal. I would say that you don't necessarily heal in time. You learn to adjust, you learn to kind of be okay with it, you learn to pull the positives from it, and that it may not necessarily even get easier, but you become better, you become stronger, and with that pain that you feel in that moment, and because of that situation, you're able to grow and hopefully grow and take the positives away from it to be better. And I know a big thing for me initially was I kept in the front of my mind that I wanted to make her proud with whatever it was that I did. And so a lot of my decisions with sports and with college and just going on, into a career in fitness even was at the front of my mind. I want to make her proud, and I always now even think back like on some of the stuff I've done and that I'm doing now. Like I wonder what she would be saying or what would be her take on this. So I would say, they're never really gone. I feel like I still get pieces of her through my friends and through people that come into my life. I still feel like she's very much with me. So yeah, just learning to adjust and just kind of be okay with the reality, but taking the positives away from that situation too.
I am positive that she is so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. What would you tell parents and other family members who need to support those teenagers who might have lost a parent? Because that has to be hard. Like you said, you were used to a certain routine, you had full access to it at school, at home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure some act out, some go in.
Yeah, it's everyone's different, but I think just at that age, naturally, we're a bit selfish as teenagers. Like, we're focused on us, and so in that moment of losing someone that close to you, you think of, how am I gonna cope? What's gonna happen? And you're focused on, how much your life has now changed. And I would just say give them an avenue to express themselves, whatever that looks like for them. For me, it ended up being fitness. Thankfully, something good. But I know that, like you said, there's a lot of kids that may not have something as positive to turn to. And so I would say just trying to give them those options that are a bit more positive and giving them that freedom to express themselves and feel comfortable sharing and venting and crying, because I did have a lot of that as well. But yeah, I would say pay attention, let them speak, let them be heard, and let them express their emotions as well.
I like that. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Let them speak, let them be heard, and let them express their emotions.
Yeah.
That's great advice. Yeah. So your dedication and will at such a young age, it is just completely incredible. Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
I wouldn't have expressed it as dedication and will until looking back at it, I realized how committed to it I was. But I guess in that moment, it was just, I was doing what I loved. It didn't feel like I was dragging myself through it, or it didn't feel hard, didn't feel unnatural. I was just doing what I enjoyed. And I think that looking back at it now, I realize that fitness kind of gave me a framework for just being able to tackle goals in all other areas of my life, in personal, in business. That structure and that kind of regimen and that determination, that drive really spilled over to the other aspects of my life too. So looking back at it now, I can appreciate that that's kind of where it started from. But it was really just doing what I enjoyed in the first instance. Yeah.
Awesome. So how has your mom's illness affected your life today?
I mean, because she was diagnosed, she would have been diagnosed when I was very young, 5. I grew up in a pretty healthy, very active, healthy home. We didn't have a lot of processed stuff. We ate pretty healthy, so I think that naturally that's kind of what I stuck with. I went to college and I had some fun, but I found my way back to, especially as I got deeper into fitness, back to just feeling my body properly. But I'm very conscious of it. I know that cancer runs in my family. A few years after my mom passed, I lost an aunt. I've lost an uncle to cancer as well. So I know that it's in my family. So I am very, especially as I get older, I'm a lot more concerned with, regular checkups and just trying to be on top of it, because she was diagnosed at 36, which is pretty young. So because I know that there's a history there, I do want to be more on top of it and just try to be as preventative as possible.
Right. So your dad, I remember you talking about your dad pushing you to do the boot camps, and I remember by the time as you did the second one, you actually got it. You got that this is it. This is it. Explain that feeling that happened when that aha moment when you finally realized that,
Yeah, so it would have been, I want to say 2013 when I did the second one. I was home for the summer, and at this point, my very first one I did, I had about 30 ladies in Freeport that came out, and this one, it blew up. We marketed it a lot better, and I really pushed it, and we had about 90 people sign up. And so just the numbers first became like, okay, this is cool. Like, I get this, huge class, it's gonna be fun. It was a lot of work, but towards the end, just hearing some of the ladies say, I got off a medication. I had one lady that was trying to have kids, and she had to lose a certain amount of weight recommended by her doctor to be able to carry, and she hit that goal. And so just knowing that you were changing, I saw ladies leave more confident and just like happier with with themselves. And I realized that this is something I really, as hard as it was, because I was teaching 5 days a week, 2 times a day, morning, evening, and then going to work 9 to 5, and then working out after that. So it was a long day, but a long summer. And but just hearing those stories after the camp ended, I realized I really loved that feeling even more than just having the big class and teaching. I loved the way that it positively affected so many people.
Nkosi Kweku-Simonet, CEO and Operations Manager at Sign Island. Sign Island started from desperation. My wife went ahead and bought the first printer. I still have no idea how we are where we are. I owe it all to my staff and my customers. You need support. One man is not an island. You can't do it on your own. If you think you can do it on your own and you are succeeding, you can do even more with a little bit of support. The support I've got from my clients has been amazing.
So Bowflex Barbie started back in 2012.
Yeah, I would say officially, Bowflex Barbie's boot camp started 2012. The actual brand, 2014. Yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
Okay. How did the brand start?
Well, after the camps in Freeport, which would have been 2012, 2013, when I went back to college for my last year, I started kind of like training people in college. I got girls together. I was training them in my apartment gym outside. And then when I started to prepare to go back home after school, I started putting kind of like the whole brand idea and that type of stuff together. So at the end of 2014, it officially was Bowflex Barbie. Yeah.
So Bowflex Barbie. Like, how did you, I mean, you look like a Barbie, so I totally get that part. But how did you fit Bowflex and Barbie together?
I did not.
Okay.
It was a nickname that one of my friends in college gave me, and I kind of ran with it. At that time, Twitter was like big, so I made it my Twitter handle. And then when I got on Instagram, I made it my Instagram name. And then, yeah, it just stuck. I thought it was fitting. I was like, yeah, I like it.
Strong,
strong,
but
feminine,
so cute, and sexy, like a Barbie.
Yes.
I love it. So again, you started back, 2014 is when you officially labeled your brand, Bowflex Barbie. And we're now in 2020. And I mean, you are killing it.
Thank you.
You are killing it. So tell us what your secret is, or your regimen, like. And I don't even know if it's just one thing, it may be a combination of things, but what are you?
You mean from building Bowflex Barbie, or like personally?
Both.
Both, okay.
From the business and personal, just give us some, enlighten us.
Okay, so 2017 would be when I officially went full-time into fitness. From 2014 to 2016, I was still managing the office for my dad's company, which I grew up in. I was working with him for as long as I could remember.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, I was still doing that, but I was doing fitness on the side. I was training my clients, like before work, after work, I was doing classes. But towards mid-2016, I decided, I really want to go full-time into fitness. And what kind of sparked that was I found myself not as passionate about it. And I think it was because I was kind of spreading myself so thin. I was tired, I was kind of drained. It wasn't this big love for it like I remembered. And I knew that I liked it. I knew that it was something that I wanted to do. And so I said, I want to go full time into it. At that point, I had met my now husband, and he was in Nassau, so he was like, Nassau, of course, trying to get me to move. Like, Nassau's a better place. Like, come on, like, you could do this over here. We could make magic. And so, I thought about it. I talked over it with my dad, and yeah, I made the move in 2017. That was my first year full time into fitness. And yeah, I really wanted to continue to grow. I knew that I was a bit limited in Freeport as far as the market. And so when I got here in Nassau, I explored different avenues of where to train, like what type of training I wanted to do, the frequency of classes, and then really expanding into the online market has been a goal of mine for a long time. And so now that I feel like I finally got the hang of that with marketing, online training, and really getting people into it, just kind of expanding the reach even beyond Nassau has that's been my big goal, especially this year, with the YouTube channel, with the online training, with the Airbnb experience. So yeah, just that's my goal going forward, just expanding the reach, and kind of decentralizing Bowflex Barbie Fitness from me even, because now it's Team Bowflex Barbie Fitness, and then there's Bowflex Barbie. So Team Bowflex Barbie Fitness is the team of trainers. There's about 5 of us. We do group training, we have yoga, all that stuff. So there's a team, and then there's me. So kind of pulling, so it's not just Dekel. When you think Bowflex Barbie Fitness, it's not just Dekel anymore, which it was for a long time. But I realized that I can't do everything, and just opening the floor for more people that are just as passionate about it, about fitness as me. That's been my goal for the last, I would say, 2 years,
Awesome. Well, I mean, clearly you're growing to the point where you have to bring people in, so you're really growing rapidly. So, but tell everyone how they can check out everything that Bowflex Barbie has to offer.
Okay, so the website is bowflexbarbie.com. I just recently launched a YouTube channel that offers free Train With Me workouts, which is Bowflex Barbie Fit TV. We just launched products, Barbie bands, and we have some more stuff coming in soon. And those are available at Fitness Connection. And Facebook is Bowflex Barbie Fitness. Instagram is Bowflex Barbie, and I think that's everything. Ladies, time to add a new gym accessory to your bag. Bowflex Barbie bar pads are here. These popping pink bar pads will serve you the ultimate comfort and protection when performing squats, lunges, step-ups, and good mornings with any barbell. Their thickness is perfect for glute thrusts as well. Bar pads come complete with a sleek carrying case and Velcro straps to keep the bar pad secure on your bar. You can grab your bar pad at the nearest Fitness Connection store or online at bowflexbarbie.com.
Hey guys, Ethan Quant here with Healthy Bahamas, and today I want to talk to you about setting SMART goals. Now, if you've been following me, you know that SMART is actually an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Any goal that you set should be a SMART goal, regardless of whether it's to lose weight, build muscle, eat better, or even stop smoking. These are just general and very vague, and so to make it a SMART goal, we have to make it specific. An example is, instead of saying that I want to lose weight, I want to lose 15 pounds. That is very specific. It is also very measurable, because you can take your current weight and weigh regularly in intervals to determine if you're on track to achieving your goal. Something else that's very important is putting that time frame in it, putting a deadline in place. And so that also determines whether or not it will be attainable, because saying that you want to lose 15 pounds in 14 days may not be realistic. However, saying that you want to lose 15 pounds in 3 months is a bit more realistic, thus making it more attainable. And of course, it needs to be relevant. Your goals need to line up with things that are important to you, your values, and your beliefs. And so regardless of what it is that you're trying to accomplish on your health, wellness, and fitness goals, you want to make sure that when you're at the goal setting stage, that you use the SMART goal model. Remember, your goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound.
So Dekel, tell us how you celebrate the life and legacy of your mom.
That's an interesting question. So two things. I knew that she was very passionate about fitness, which I learned a little while after getting into fitness. My dad kind of shared it with me, that she actually had a goal of owning her own fitness studio and kind of teaching and instructing classes. And so I think that looking at what I'm doing now, I think she'd be super excited about it. I feel like I kind of share this with her a bit, seeing that it was one of her goals, one of her dreams. And I'm also very, very much an advocate for breast cancer awareness, early detection and prevention. I try to support, as many causes as I can that are linked to that. I've spoken, to young girls, some in cases where they would have lost a parent to cancer. When I first moved to Nassau, I worked with the Cancer Society a little bit with their kids that either are diagnosed or have parents diagnosed with cancer or sickle cell. So I try to do things that kind of connect me to the things that she was really connected to, and I think that's the best way to celebrate.
Yeah, that's a daily celebration.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So if your mom could say anything to you today, what do you think she would say?
I think she would dance.
Oh,
She loves to dance. I think that she would say, she used to call me cowbell, so I think she would just tell me that, to keep doing what you're doing.
Awesome, cowbell.
Cowbell, yeah.
I love it, I love it, I love it. Well, thank you so much for being so open, and so revealing about this and about your experience.
Thank you for having me.
We really appreciate it, and of course we're all about sharing these types of stories that can help others who would have gone through a similar situation, because people find strength in our stories, and you are very strong.
Thank you.
Physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Thank
so
you.
Thank you for sharing all of that with everyone.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel to hear more life-changing stories from people in our community. Stay up to date by following our blog Footprints, on IG, Footprints Journey, on Facebook, Journey with Footprints. We also look forward to hearing your stories. Please email us at joinus@footprintsjourney.net. JourneyTV. We share life's truths.